what will he believe in?
The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos: the Kingdom of Ality.
We are to eradicate every last Imperial who comes ashore.
Come on, everyone!
This is our chance while they're all assembled. We should send our best and crush them. To the bitter end.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another Square Enix stream. We're going to be playing the DioField Chronicle today, and we hope you enjoy this little bit of gameplay that we're going to show off a little later. Joining me is Clem from our EU team. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit, Clem?
Of course, I was muted. I was saying, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, I'm Clem from the European Square Enix team based in London, and yeah, my team works on DioField Chronicle for social and community. So, really happy to be there and to be able to showcase the game a little bit today. It's great. It's a great day. We're launching today, so we're super excited.
Yes, the game is finally available. This game is really fun. I'm very much enjoying my way through the game as well, so we hope everybody else does. And if you'd like to try out the game, you can try out the game as a demo and then take your save from that demo into the main game. So if you'd like to try the demo out, you can download the demo right now and then jump right into the main game if you end up liking it. So you can get a little bit of a taste of it. But the game is live right now, so you can go ahead and purchase it, go ahead and grab it. But on top of that, we're going to be giving away 10 codes for the EU and North America regions today. And we also have these to give away, which is going to be pretty cool. But we're going to be giving these little big collector's editions, later on in the stream, and the digital codes will be available as well. So stick around. You can take a look at the exclamation point rules in the chat to see if you are eligible to actually jump in and see if you can join us in this wonderful journey into DioField. So, Clem.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game?
Well, there's only so much I can say, right? I'm going to be a little corporate, but I've really enjoyed it. Been able to play through it, a while ago, and I'm a pretty big fan of tactical RPGs, such as again being a big corporate here, but Tactics Ogre, FF Tactics, and so I was really intrigued and eager to try and play it, and I think you get that sort of similar feel in terms of tactics that you need to employ on the battlefield. You've got this sort of character development as well, but you have the real-time element, right, which we will showcase in battles in a short while. But I thought it was really an interesting sort of twist on the more traditional tactical RPG. The character art is absolutely gorgeous. I was really in love with these.
Yeah,
and I think
this
yeah,
game, like the art here is just amazing.
Yeah.
We're in chapter 2 right now, just in case anybody's curious, and we just got a new character here, Rickenbach, who is absolutely adorable. Like, Rickenbach's character is just very cute. So I love the way the art is stylized. The characters are very fun, and you get to walk around your base and just kind of interact with everybody. So as we've just gotten Rickenbach here, we can talk to her a little bit more, and like you can get some idea of the morale of the group as you go through the
This should do
story,
it.
which is really nice. It's a nice little
How about
little
this?
bit of a respite between very, very tactical and sometimes tense battles. So this is a very much like chat and chill moment with the rest of your squad after a very big battle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, if you play another game from another company called Fire Emblem, you'll be pleased to see that you've got that sort of similar way of walking around and trying to talk to your characters, as you just said. It's a sort of a breath of fresh air between the battles.
I'd like to buy some pure jade.
I like these
whatever you wish.
these
But
moments
these items will
because
benefit the unit.
as tense as
Surely
everything
the
can
blue
get,
boxes have
it's nice
budgets
to have,
spare.
especially in
Perhaps.
tactics games where
But
there's a
you'll need to
lot
bring it
of
up at a board meeting
forethought
fill in
in
the form
thinking,
for
building
rank.
your party, building your team, making sure that
I think
everybody
I'll
is
spare
set up with the
myself
best
trouble
equipment
and buy it
and the
all
best
myself.
Yes.
best skills that they could
Being the
possibly
daughter of
have,
a
Is
and
that
we'll
supposed to
show
be a
off a
threat?
lot of that in
You
a
would
little
dare
bit.
threaten me?
But these moments to just like learn
it
more
come
about the
across that way?
characters, what
I
they're
imagine
feeling,
you
how
stand
they're
up quite
feeling,
well to threats.
it allows you to
No,
be
it is no threat.
enveloped in the world
But I will
itself
continue to do
without
as I please,
having
and you will
to
not stand in
deal
my
with
way.
the stressful moments
No
at
matter
all
how
times.
long.
Because there are those really big cutscene moments that come across, especially in battle. But having a moment to just breathe with these characters is really nice.
Yeah.
And there's also tons of little side quests. By just talking to some of our characters, we'll be completing some of these side quests, getting more gold, and being able to purchase new items and upgrade them along the way. And yes, this is a reminder for everybody. Feel free to type in !rules because we will be giving away 10 codes for the North America and EU region collectively, as well as a collector's edition, 2 collector's editions later on in the stream. So be sure to check out !rules and see if you're eligible to join us on this DioField journey with some free codes. One of my favorite things that I have in this game is if you want to get from one place to another place very quickly, like we're at the entrance of our base here, and I want to go all the way up here. I'm all the way down here. I want to go all the way up here, or maybe even all the way up here on the 2nd floor. I just hit that R2 button, and then I hit X on the room I want to go to, and here we are. We're already here.
Yep.
So it makes you can fast travel inside of your base, which is really great.
Yeah, something I found out as well pretty late in the game is that you can also sprint actually in the base. I think if you press one of the triggers, and you can run much faster. So yeah, there you go. So in case you didn't know, you can do that. And so everyone in the chat, if you've got any sort of questions around the game, we'll do our best to reply to these. So don't be shy and feel free to ask away.
This base is so like lovingly crafted too. The lighting here is really all these little blue chandeliers. It's very pretty. So
It's pretty. Can you show us? Yeah. Oh, that's the little cozy, comfy sofa room.
I'd love to just like sit here and read. This is such a cozy little room.
Yeah. There is a 2nd floor. You start with only the 1st floor, but you do unlock a 2nd floor later on.
Yeah, for years now. Anywho, perhaps not.
So do you have a particular,
my
I'll
Duke
say this,
Hende in the royal
early
government,
game
yes.
favorite character?
So,
Sounds like a good chance to bolster the
Controversial. We have to pick favorites, right? I think I do like Andreas, who's the the main character, the one you're controlling right now. I think he's kind of like dark and mysterious, a bit cliche maybe, but I do like his voice, very calming, very very charismatic.
It's definitely a
And
little broody, which I very much
Yeah.
appreciate. It's fun.
Yeah,
He's a fun kind
he's
of
a
broody,
mood.
which is nice.
Yeah, you can relate. He's also super strong in battle, so I like that. But I think my fav is probably Iskarion, which is one of the main characters. He's a sharpshooter. He played with bow. I don't want to spoil and say too much, but I like his character development. He starts as the lone, knight, lone wolf kind of guy, and then I like his motives, and I like the way he interacts and evolves with the party. So, if you play it again, you'll see. But yeah, I'd say probably these two are my fav. Yeah.
Yeah, let's actually take a look at some of our characters. We actually just got a new summon, which is Fenrir, which I really like how Fenrir works in this game. It's probably my favorite summon. I know you get it fairly early on in the game, but I do really like Fenrir quite a bit.
Yeah, as you feel through, I spotted a question from Anrak. Can you grind level and money in this game? Yes, you can, because once you complete a mission, you can then replay it basically indefinitely. So you can go back and grab that sweet XP if you need it.
So yeah, these are our characters for now, and we are at the beginning of chapter 2. It slow rolls you into getting characters, so it gives you time to actually like meet these characters, understand what their specialties are, and like we've the skill trees here to like really expand upon everybody's abilities, which is great. So it's like as unit types go forward and you upgrade their skill tree through unit types. So we have what types of units do we have here, Clem?
We have 4 types of units. Just before we dive into that, I think just a quick reminder that the giveaway is not going on at the moment. It's going to be a little bit later, and also we are streaming currently on Twitch and also on Steam. So if you're watching us from Steam, you can't participate in the giveaway. It's only going to be on Twitch.
Yes. So if you'd like to, please go ahead and jump over to Twitch if you'd like to join our giveaways if you're watching on Steam right now.
Yeah, and so sorry, Gideon, to reply to your question, we do have 4 classes in the game. So this one is Soldier, the blue one. It's basically a melee damage dealer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's Chris, for example. This one is Magicer, right? It's the magic users, basically. So you can cast spells, either offensive, defensive, really strong. Another one is Cavalier. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one.
Cavalier, yeah.
That's this one. It's basically people on a horse, so they cover more distance, and they can act as crowd control. They have crowd control abilities, and they're also a bit more tanky. They have more HP. And the last one was the sharpshooter, which is basically guns and bows and crossbows, so you can attack from a distance. Is there poison or decay? Question from the chat. Yes, you have some spells inflicting some sort of poison or some damage over time. You do have various sort of status effects such as stun or freeze, etc.
Let's increase some of our stuff with Fenrir, who we just got, and
you just got Fenrir. Yeah, that's the sun. Yeah.
And again, Fenrir is probably my favorite, which it's just a fun summon. It really is. But
it's good. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a strong one because it's got a freeze effect, if I remember correctly.
Yes. So yes, feel free to ask questions in the chat, and we'll respond as we go through. What I'm going to do for everybody is I'm going to show off some of the gameplay as we go through this. I'm going to skip some of the cutscenes so that we're not spoiling too much for everyone. So please let me go through this, and we'll go through some of the questions that you all have in the chat.
They certainly
Indeed not. We can think
Yeah,
about
so
that
question from
now,
Bruel, is this another gacha game? No, this is not a gacha game. You unlock units, throughout the story, and there's no gacha involved at all. Question from Non the Artist, can you play straight healer? Not really.
Yeah, it would definitely be. I'd love to see a run done that way. I would love to see the challenge of that.
Yeah, so to explain basically, and I'm going to explain what Kadim is doing at the same time, you've got 4 units in battle, so you can see the 4 character art. And because this is an early game, you don't have many options, but if you look closely at Andrea's character art on screen right now, that's the one on the left, that one. There's another little character icon. It's basically because you can equip a secondary character to your units to basically, you can benefit from their abilities. So you could technically play, have a unit that has sort of healing spells, and there are sub-unit having healing spells as well. But because you learn the spells and the skills through the weapons, I could be wrong, I don't remember, but I don't think there's any weapon with only healing abilities.
Yeah, I don't think there is, but you still can play a very good damage dealing healer, which is very fun in this game.
It is. So what are you fighting right now? You're fighting, is it wolves?
Yep, fighting some wolves. Let's see if we can get
So
a
you've
stun
split
shot
your
off.
units. There you go. So now you've stunned the mob. You can see the little sort of stars icon, right?
I
so
love
you were
that.
stunned.
I love the little star icons. It's a good and very classic indication. It's like, okay, we know what we've done here.
Yeah.
So I've split up my units here, mostly because I want to try and flank everyone and try and drag everyone a little bit further this way.
So where's the rest of your gang right now?
But the rest of my gang is taking care of this barrier because I know that we're going to have to go this way in just a moment.
Right.
So I'm trying to get everybody back together. What I like to do is I like to take some of the more damage-dealing enemies and kind of lure them back to where I feel comfortable engaging. And it's really cool that you can actually do that and give yourself almost a break of it in the middle of main combat. See, we have this giant here that we're gonna try and take down real quick. See if we can stun a little bit. Use the assassination ability.
Yeah, that's the unique assassination skill from Fenrir, which is extremely powerful. So that would be my tip. Use assassination. It's super strong. So you get pretty much a lot of different actions. Your characters basically auto-attack, right, in real time. But then every time you open the menu, you can select these, special abilities that they have that they can equip via their weapons. Like this one, for example, this is the Meteor Fall. And then there's like a cooldown, right, on the techniques,
Yep.
on the abilities.
You can see all
so
the
you can't
timer
use them
right here.
Exactly, yeah. So you can't use them for 10, 20 seconds. So you need to be careful not to spam your abilities on weak enemies, and then suddenly there's a big boss coming and you're out of skills. And you also have the EP, which is the ether points, like the magic points, basically. And every spell and technique costs EP. And so there's a way to, that's what I wanted to show. There's a way to basically recover EP and HP as well, is to try and walk and on these little pink orbs. So if you walk there, you'd get some EP back. So it's a super important, thing to do.
So
really.
let's actually beat this wolf over here and recover. I've been using skills pretty consistently, so let's recover some EP after we beat this wolf. Actually,
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and collect this and then come back around and
Come
attack
back,
again,
yep.
which you can. That's probably one of my favorite things about this game is you can issue movement commands, go here, then turn around, and then come back for more attack or for collecting more. And look, more EP. Let's go.
Yeah, and the great stuff is, what you just did with Andreas is, you move behind the back of the enemy, and then once you attack from the back, every attack is like a critical, so you deal much more damage. So it's a very good strategy as well. I've seen a couple questions from the chat. It's going a bit fast. Is this on Steam?
Yes.
Available.
The game is available on multiple platforms: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One X and S, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. And there's a demo available right now. And the game has launched today, so if you try out the demo, like it, you can pick up the game today and take your save from the demo and move it into the main game. But yes, it's available right now. And again, we're going to be giving away some codes in just a little bit for both the North American and EU regions. So stick around.
Yeah.
And we also have collector's editions to give away as well.
Yeah, you have it next to you, right? I'm
Yes,
jealous.
I do.
I have it here.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
it
We'll be
is.
taking a look inside of this a little later too.
Fantastic. Yeah, there's a very nice board game. I saw a comment, I think, a bit earlier in the chat about the soundtrack, which sounds nice. It is absolutely brilliant. I think we'll touch upon that a bit later in the stream.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say more, but you'll see.
We'll be able to talk a little bit more about that very soon. We've got this almost ballista-like weapon from these guys. They're quite like formidable, honestly. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and lure them all away. All at the same time, we have potions, of course, which we're going to be needing. But now that everybody has moved away, I can move them here and move them back. That way they're all facing the proper direction. That way no more back attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, because back attack works, they work both ways, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, what do you want to say? There's this gauge on your screen, right, which is bottom right, which is the summoning gauge, let's say. So it's going to fill up, and hopefully we get to see one of the summons. You've got Bahamut and Fenrir, so hopefully we get to see one of these super powerful, very impressive, summons a bit later on.
Yeah, I believe we'll be able to see one fairly quickly if I can manage my meters well.
Here, a bit of healing.
And I do love this. Like, it's one of the starting abilities for the archers, but that fantail formation is just very great. And so we have a KO'd unit all the way over here. So what you can do when that happens, and I'm glad we actually were able to show this off, just hurry on over here, and they're back.
And you get a trophy.
And actually, now we actually have an ability, because now we're behind this enemy that just charged in. We actually have the ability to get a back attack on several enemies here by doing a mounted charge and an assassination. You can push everybody back.
You kill it, right?
Yep.
Now you've got Iskarian not looking good.
Karian's definitely not looking good. We're gonna try and get that fantail formation out there.
Oh no, Master Queen's dead. I'm gonna just reply to a couple of questions as we go through. What play difficulties are there? Oh yeah, so you can play. There's three difficulty modes. Basically, the easy mode, the normal mode, which is I think the one you're playing, Kadin, right now.
Yes, I believe so.
And there's a hard mode. I saw as well. Oh yeah, for the sweepstakes later on, for EU, it's going to be France, UK, and Germany eligible.
See if we can get a heal out.
A bit of healing for you.
Sorry. Are there any DLC planned for DioField Chronicle? Not at the moment. Are there any missable trophies?
Understood.
I don't remember. I don't think so. I mean, maybe because you can recruit some units through side missions. So if you don't do these, you may miss a trophy.
It is very much worth doing the additional side missions because the characters you get are very good. They are very good characters. And again, you can stack characters onto each other. So if you want, you can have archers with healing abilities and the ability to just... Let's see if we can get this great heal off again.
Here, a bit of healing for you.
Understood.
We're distracting you, so.
Oh, it's totally fine. I do love the frantic combat, honestly.
Yeah. So Icarus 7. How many summons are there? Well, we won't tell you because that would be a bit of a spoiler.
It's a little
but
bit
there's
of
a
a
few.
spoiler, just a bit.
There's a few. You get Bahamut right off the bat. Oh, you're gonna use Fenrir.
Yep,
So
gonna
let's
use
have a look at
Fenrir.
Fenrir. Nice animation and bang, big damage, and also bang, dead. And also now the enemy's frozen in place, so it means they can't move for a little while. So that's really good. So it gives you a bit of a breathing room to top everyone up, maybe.
Yeah, we should be
Or
able to
finish him off.
finish him off very quickly with an assassination. This should be able to do it.
Okay. That's
And
it.
there
Done.
it is.
Well done. And I think there was another question. Sorry. Are there from Soul X00? Are there multiple endings on different story paths? Should we reply to that? We can reply, I think.
I expected
There is
Indeed.
only one ending that we know of.
So we're going
You finished the mission,
to
didn't you?
we're going to take a quick moment now that we've finished this one battle. We're going to take a quick moment and let's take a look at what's inside this collector's edition and take a little bit of a closer look at it. And while we do that, we're going to be starting our giveaways. So let's start with the EU giveaway.
Yay.
Start with that EU group. So don't forget, you can do exclamation point rules, and to enter, it'll be hashtag sweepstakes, or if you're a 90s kid, # sweepstakes.
Yeah, so for EU, remember, it's going to be people from the UK, France, and Germany only. And then we're going to do US later on, right? So for now, it's just EU, right?
Yes, we're going to do the EU first, and that should be... you want to talk about the regions for the EU?
Sorry, yeah, it's UK, France, and Germany. That's it. I know some people are, there are more countries than these three in Europe, obviously. It's just, for legal reasons, different countries, different legal reasons. It's very, very difficult for us to open up to more countries than these three. So, we can only apologize to anyone not living in France, Germany, or UK. But yeah, it is the best we can do at the moment. Sorry.
And we will also be doing a North America sweepstakes in just a few moments. But we have this collector's edition, which I want to show off a little bit. So when you open this up, you're greeted by the 4 emblems here. And it's just, these little pins are really pretty. They really are.
Yep. They represent the different factions from the game?
Yes. And we're playing as, the main group comes from the Blue Foxes, which would be this one right here. And then we have the big portion of this collector's edition, which I feel like a lot of people are very excited about. The collector's edition comes with a board game version of DioField Chronicle.
Yep.
Which, it's just so cool. Like, it makes so much sense to have a board game version of a tactics game.
Yep.
And of course, we have 2 different sets of instructions, just in case.
It's a game for 4 players, right?
Yes.
And every player will play as one of the Blue Fox leaders.
Yes.
So either Andreas
have,
Iskarin or who's the last one? Fenrir.
Yeah, we have the game is 2 to 4 players. General gameplay time is about 20 to 30 minutes, and recommended generally for about ages 10 or up. The instructions are pretty clear on how to play the game. They're very well documented, very well detailed. That way, if you really want to get into it and get into the meta of the combat, you absolutely can. But I love all these little tiny pieces, and they're all just like, I'm a board game fan. I've gotten very much into playing board games, and seeing how well this game is put together, this board game is put together, it really just, it makes me very excited. And as a tactics fan, this is just, it speaks to me very much so.
Excellent.
So I hope that our winners for today's collector's edition giveaway, which will be later on, enjoy this as well. It's so much. There's so much here. Again, feel free, hashtag sweepstakes. We'll be allowing you to enter in for a code. Let's see. We're doing the EU one right now still. And we'll give it another minute, and then we'll call that one. We'll call out our winners, and then we will swap over to a North America giveaway, and then we will take a look further into this unboxing, because there's more than just these little pieces. Trust me, there's more. But I want to hold off just for a minute, because there's just so much here that I want to show off. I love the tokens. I love how detailed all the tokens are. I'm such a fan of it. A well-built and well-put-together board game makes my heart very happy.
Yeah, I've been willing to try it, and in all honesty, I didn't have the chance to, but as soon as I can, I'd like to, because it looks really well crafted.
It's very cool. There's more to this, and I can't wait to show this off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and call the EU giveaway right now, and we'll call out our winners, and then we'll start the North America one in just a moment once we've called out our winners. All right, they're coming in. All right, Flappy Seal, thank you for entering, and congratulations. You're one of our winners. Be sure to have your Twitch DMs open so that we can message you later on about getting a code to you. And the next one is Helium Prime. Congratulations. Again, keep your DMs open. Expect a message from the Square Enix Twitch account so that we can get you your code. And our next one is Blue Dragon 311. Congratulations. Again, I'm going to keep reminding everybody, keep your Twitch DMs open, especially to our winners. That way we can contact you to get you your codes. And our next one is I'm just here for the Prime Loot. What a great name. Congratulations on your loot. You got a code, so be sure to keep your Twitch DMs open. And our final one for the EU region is oh wow, lots of names. Jaboy, congratulations. You've got a code coming to you. Feel free to open up your Twitch DMs. That is our EU side. Now let's open it up to our North American side. Again, it's hashtag sweepstakes, and of course, exclamation point rules to see if you can enter. So please go ahead, and it's open right now. So go ahead, hashtag sweepstakes. Let it all come in for the North America region. Hashtag sweepstakes. Just go for it. Just go for it. Yeah, that's what I love to see. Love to see it. Yeah, and if you'd like to see the rules, again, exclamation point rules. But for now, hashtag sweepstakes. Just look at it go. I love to see the chat do this. I love to see the chat go so fast. Again, hashtag sweepstakes, # sweepstakes if you're a 90s kid. And we're going to be going through everybody in just a minute. Now I get to show a little bit further here into the actual board game. This is probably my favorite part. I got to take a quick look at this the other day, and just these boards are so great. Look at this. Look at that. It's so it's so well put together.
They're really, it is nice. The colors, the just the branding. It looks like it's literally taken out of the game directly. So yeah.
And then you have a little shop, which, again, I'm a board game fan. This speaks to me. Having all these little boards for each area and each type of interaction with the game in and of itself. And of course, here's Fame, which, again, so much detail, so much love went into building these out. And again, I can't wait to. I'll show off the cards first. Because there's one part of this that I truly love, and I want to save it. So there's character cards for everyone in the game.
Yes.
And there's movement, and there's actions, and items. And of course, there's pieces for everything. Like, if you're a board game collector, if you like board games, this is one that you're probably going to want, honestly. There's so much going on here. I love the little pieces. I love the little pieces, but this is probably my favorite part of this entire board game. And it's these little character portraits as the player pieces. And there's one for all of your main 4 characters.
Yeah. Are they like acrylic stands, right?
They are acrylic stands, yes, that is correct. And I love these. I love these so much. And again, we're going to be giving away 2 of these later on in the stream. So if you did not get anything from either of these 2 sweepstakes that we're doing now, there will be a chance to win collector's editions later on.
Yeah, so
closer to the end.
Right now the giveaway is for the standard edition
Yes.
platform of your choice. And we've got about a bit less than a minute until the sweepstake ends. So enter now or never.
Yes, hashtag sweepstakes. Get your entry in while you can. I'm going to put this back together because as a proper board game player, you never leave your boards out longer than necessary. Always put things back the way they came.
In the right place. They have to fit, right?
Everything has to fit just the right way. Treat your board games with some TLC.
Right, I think it's going to be the end of the sweepstakes very, 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 very soon now.
And this box is so nice. Everything fits together so easily and so simply. There's so many board games out there that it feels like it is a chore to get everything back in. And okay, let's go ahead and close off the North America region right now for our sweepstakes. And let's get everybody let's get people some codes. Let's do that. Let's get people some codes here. Okay. Chris Howdy has been drawn for the giveaway. Congratulations on your code. Again, keep your Twitch DMs open so we can contact you about getting a code. Let's go ahead and draw the next one. Real Tim, congratulations. You have just gotten a code. We'll be reaching out to you later. Keep your Twitch DMs open so that we can contact you about getting you your code. Let's draw one more. Lucky number 11, congratulations. It's really funny. Congratulations, you've got yourself a code. Keep your Twitch DMs open. We'll be contacting you a little later on. The next winner is Waffles After Cookies. I always do cookies after waffles, but that's just me. Congratulations, you are one of our winners. And again, keep your Twitch DMs open so that we can get you your code. Let's draw another one. And this is our final winner. Admiral Merps, congratulations. You've got our final digital code for the standard edition of the DioField Chronicle. We'll be reaching out to all of our winners later. Again, to all of our winners, keep your Twitch DMs open so that we can contact you. And now we're going to switch back to a little bit more gameplay. We're going to jump ahead, and we're going to be in Chapter 3 now. We're going to show a little bit more of a, probably a little bit scarier battle.
Right. If you've played the demo ends at the end of chapter 1. So this is going to be now chapter 3. So I think we've got a few more units, within the roster. We've got a few more abilities, and monsters and enemies hit a bit harder. So we really need to be a bit more clever about our strategy, right, and plan ahead a bit more.
And I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscenes because I want people to actually experience the full story themselves. So
right.
Please go ahead. If you are not one of our winners, you can check out the demo. If you like the demo, then you can take your save from the demo into the main game. The main game, the DioField Chronicle, is available for purchase right now on every platform. You can get it on Steam, you can get it on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S. So go ahead, try it out. I'm very much in love with this game. I'm a huge tactics fan, so this scratched an itch for me that I've been really wanting. And it's a pretty unique tactics game too. There's a lot of things here that you don't usually see in too many tactics games. This real-time combat is pretty interesting. That you can, it's like you're keeping the battle going as you strategize, and it's like you can stop the battle, but when the battle is going, it is very much an all-out war.
Be gone with you.
Mate. Oh, you just literally deleted
Yep.
this one guy. But this enemy had a green icon, which means they were a sharpshooter. But this guy here is blue, so he's a soldier. So he's got a bit more HP. So that's why it's taking a bit longer for you to kill him.
Yes, just a little bit longer.
The green and
we're pretty
green and purple.
strong at this point in chapter 3.
Yeah, and green and purple are the mage basically, and archers and distant damage dealers. So they're always a little bit more thinner equipment kind of thing. So yeah, they have less HP. They die pretty quickly. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat as we play. All right. So question from Super Credit. Interesting question actually. Can you bring anyone you want as the main units in the battle, or does it have to be the main 4 characters with others as sub characters? So it's the former, I think. Yep.
Yes.
If you look at Kadine's roster right now, she's got Andreas, Fredret, Water Queen, but she's got Rickenback, so she swapped Iskarion for Rickenback. So you can really mix and match as much as you like. I think because every character has a class, as we were saying earlier, sharpshooter, magicka, soldier, cavalier. What you can do,
Right away.
first of all, get one of each class as your main character. That's pretty much a given.
Yep.
You have to, otherwise you'll get crushed. But as your sub characters, you can decide to, for example, assign a soldier to the soldier, cavalier to the cavalier, etc. Or you can mix and match to be a bit sort of more versatile. For example, you could decide to have like a healer with your main soldier. So you'd have a soldier going on the front line, but with healing abilities. So it gives you that sort of variety and flexibility, which is quite interesting.
We actually have Rickenbach here with a healer as a backup.
Yep.
So we have an
Yep.
archer that can also heal, which is super useful. It's always very useful. But of course, we've got double healers here because you really want to make sure that you're properly taking care of your units in the middle of combat.
Yeah. So right now you're facing a door that's closed. So one of your character was just, you have to activate these turrets, which allow you to open the door. So you've got some gimmicks like that sometimes in the missions on the battlefield, and you need to, like this one for example, you need to activate both towers if you want to open the door. So you've got like these sort of sub-objective as you progress throughout the missions.
And I'm going to top up everybody, and this is probably my favorite part of it. The enemies aren't active. They will do some patrolling, but we are far enough away from the enemies that this is a moment where you can take a second to collect yourself. I need to make sure that my characters are all topped up on healing. That way everybody is set up and ready to go. And I generally like keeping my more damage dealing classes at the front of the lines, and then my archers and my healers and my mages in the back. So and there's that cone of effect there which shows the range of actually attacking. And you can move all of your units at once too, which is very time saving. It's really nice to like keep everything organized. So if you just want to make sure that everybody is going at the same time, it's much better to just do that. It also is a good way to reset all of your characters to a central position. So I'm going to have everybody get set here, and then I'm going to reorganize by having the Cavalier go first, and then.
Yeah, and it's good sometimes to split up your group if you want to do like a pincer attack sort of thing. But sometimes it's also there's pros and cons, because if you get split up from your group, you might get ganged up on and die. So it's also good sometimes to say group. So it's up to you to make the best decision based on the field, the type of enemies, and so on and so forth. Question from 13 Virgil. Any word on roughly how long the game is to complete? That really depends on how fast you do the missions.
You can thank me later.
And I would say on how many units you want to recruit and stuff like that. So it could be between, let's say, 20 and maybe 40, 50 hours, I'd say.
It is a pretty lengthy game, and you can get more and more out of it the more side quests and the more characters you recruit. There is a significant amount of gameplay and a significant amount of additional stuff that you can do in this game, and a lot of it involves being able to like interact with these characters in different ways and learning more about them. And I'm gonna just like throw this axe at both of these characters.
Oh yeah.
With that really cool like
healing effect.
Yeah, that really cool healing effect. I think it's again super useful having different characters and different abilities all pieced together. And we already have Fenrir ready. I'm gonna keep Fenrir as a backup because right now we're just kind of fighting a bunch of smaller enemies. So I'm not super worried. I'm not super worried at this moment.
Yep. And you've got several summons, and they all do different stuff. For example, so Fenrir, as we saw earlier, is going to freeze it. It does massive damage, but it's also going to freeze enemies, root them to the spot so they can't chase after you. Bahamut doesn't have any additional effects, but it's just raw power. You've got Gold Horn. I think you've got it equipped. Gold Horn is it's healing your party, and it's like topping everyone up, so it's really, really useful in case of emergency. You've got another one called, a little spoiler I suppose, but called Salamander, and Salamander is going to, on top of the damage, it's going to inflict some, I think it's called blaze or burst damage, so it's like a damage over time, like a little, put enemy on fire basically. So every summon has its own perks. It's really cool. And yeah, there's no perma-death. I've seen a couple of questions. There's no perma-death.
There is no perma-death, which I'm very happy for that. I like these characters quite a bit, and I don't want to say goodbye to any of them.
It's been so hard, Every time I play a game with perma-death and one of my character dies, I'm like, right, loading the chapter again. Cancel.
On my way.
I'm right there with you.
Right away.
So in a few moments here, actually, I think now is a great opportunity to do this. So let's go ahead and talk very quickly about the music of this game. It's done by Ramin Djawadi and Brandon Campbell, famous for their work on Game of Thrones. And we have actually a quick interview that we can play for you. So let's go ahead and switch over to that right now.
Sure.
I've always liked video games.
I think we bonded the most over video games way back in the day.
There's something about it, just the challenge, and it's just fun. Music is so attached to a game, and it enhances the drama. When you turn the game off, I guess the idea is also to pull you back in, and you hear that music still in your head, and you want to just turn it back on and keep playing, and just you're sucked into that world, and the music, I think, is a big part of that.
Some of my favorite games have awesome soundtracks, and then there's other games where I feel like the main menu music's kind of like the opening titles from like a TV show or something.
we sat in a room together. We started playing with ideas. You know, we didn't really try to be authentic medieval. I think that it was more the fantasy aspect and timeless. We really tried to go for like a timeless sound.
We knew they wanted like big and bombastic and a fantasy type, orchestral type score. And there's some tracks where they specifically requested things like these words like pensive and thinking and stuff like that, that we tried to, you know, achieve those moods.
That's kind of the fun about writing music for games. We're asked to just capture moods, so we'll write a 2-minute action piece or a 2-minute tension piece.
There's always some movement going on in the music. You know, the music's never kind of like hanging out and sitting still.
Exactly, it's just to kind of push you forward. Our task is always to enhance the drama.
It's different than other games that I've done, at least. In this game, there's strategy involved, and there was no writing to picture in this game. So we really just got to write these pieces of music, which was kind of fun.
You know, as a composer, you grow with every project. What I always like about our job is that we try to be different with every project too, right? So when we write something, we try to reinvent ourselves. We try to find a unique sound for this particular project. And
we had to write orchestral music that was fantasy. It didn't have to be super dark, and you got to be very melodic, and there was no real limit on how expressive you could be. It didn't have to be still and tense. Like it was just fun, and it was kind of a nice change of pace from like dark and ominous music that sometimes happens in film scoring. It was nice to just write like nice big orchestral pieces.
We're very excited for the game to come out, and can't wait to see what people think.
I'm excited. This is definitely the type of game that I would play, and so I'm excited to check it out.
We'll be playing.
Yeah. Hi. Oh.
All right, everybody, welcome back. As you can see, the battle continues. We're going to try and show off as much of this battle as we possibly can. See if we can make a ton of extra progress here. This is really one of the. I feel like this is where the game really starts to kick off, and there's a lot of really fun moments before this, but this is definitely where I feel like the DioField Chronicle really starts to show what it is in its uniqueness.
Yeah, I think, you know, chapter 1 is always going to be the introduction to the lore, the characters, the main mechanics. Chapter 2 sort of expands on that a little bit, but then chapter 3 is when the story really starts and the plot twists start to kick in. So definitely, yeah.
And so we have this. This is a very difficult encounter, honestly. These enemies all the way up here out-level me
25
by a little bit, and then we also have these smaller ones. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and draw these two back. Now that I'm in their realm of influence here, I'm going to go ahead and kick back.
Yeah, take them
all back here and see
one
if I
by
can
one.
get a boomerang axe
I'll show you the fruits
off here.
It's whoop, missed.
So let's see if we can get a fantail formation there.
Yeah, it's a pretty sensible way of doing things, because if you just run straight into it, you're gonna get smashed. So it's good to pick up the sort of patrol first, weaken them, kill them, and then you can go in. I saw a question I wanted to reply to a bit earlier from Crispy Floor Tank regarding. It is. Regarding difficulty levels, there are 3 difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard. This right now is normal. And are there any DLC plans? Not at the moment. So the game is complete on its own.
All right, it looks like we have all of our characters mostly topped up on health. I'm going to probably heal just a little bit, just to make sure that everybody is completely topped up here.
Yeah, and the great thing, Dean, is like if we look at your screen bottom right, we can see you've got 3 of these, blue orbs flashing. that means you can use your 2 summons. So that makes it's like a pretty nice ace up your sleeve. So you can heal yourself completely fully.
Definitely going to be using that once we pull these larger enemies towards us. And everybody's starting to slowly come forward. So I'm going to try and push them all back just a little bit.
Push them back.
Push everybody back just a little bit.
Nice.
And
Careful, because you're in AoE.
Everybody out of this AoE as fast as we can. Our Cavalier took a hit, but they are definitely tanky.
That's kind of his job there. Excuse me.
Very well.
So let's reset everybody's direction here.
I understand.
That way we can make sure that we have our attackers out in front. And let's actually get another heal off before we engage in this big battle here. But you know what? We've got Goldhorn. We've got a really big heal that we can use. So I'm going to use Fenrir first. And it's going to probably level the play field just a little bit. We have Goldhorn as a safety, just in case. Now that everybody is properly frozen and slowed, we're going to move everybody forward just enough so that we can get a meteor fall off. And that should get rid of most of these characters.
Nice.
And there's 3 down. So let's actually show off Goldhorn now that I have another Fenrir ready to go. Goldhorn's such a cool summon.
Majestic.
Now everybody is back in action, and we can do another mounted charge, kind of push everybody to where I want them to be. And that's one of my favorite parts of some of these skills, is you can kind of control the situation in a way that you're positioning and move people into separate areas, so that you're going to end up with the best opportunity to attack everyone and get them. And now I have them both together, so I can use that fantail formation and really lay into them a little bit. And as you saw, I took down that character's health, and then immediately they spawned a second health bar. So it is not just, oh, the health bar is gone situation, because here we go, it's going to happen one more time.
You can tell, yeah, because they've got like the little dot just above their health bar, right? That indicates they've got 2 more in that case. So yeah. And so a question from Gatsu9000: are there 4 characters max in the team? Yes and no. So you can have 4 units, which you can see currently, but every unit can have so every character basically can have a sub character attached to them. So if you look closely, you can see every character here. When we see their status bar, you can tell there's a little icon of another character. It's small, so it's actually 8 characters total.
All right, so let's get that other Fenrir off.
But that's going to do massive damage. Probably going to be the end of it, right?
Not quite. Not quite. Let's see if we can get this trap master to.
It's quite tanky, isn't it?
Yeah, that should do. That's the final health bar for this one enemy. And let's get a little closer here. Now that we're in a little less danger. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have one of my characters go around and collect these real quick.
Right. So follow-up question from Getso. So you can swap these 2 characters mid-fight to change strategy. Actually, yes. Kadeen, could you just open the character menu for a sec?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you look at the open that one. If you look on the left, there's something that says switch units 3. So if you want, you could switch the units for some that are still in the reserve.
We can go ahead and do that right now. Actually,
for example,
we'll swap our characters right here.
Yeah, or you could even bring one of the subs, and then yeah, you can do that up to 3 times per battle. So yeah. And a question from Annual Maps. Apologies if you already answered this. I don't think we have. Do sub characters receive the same XP at the end of battle or lower amount? They receive a slightly lower amount. So you've got Shivat now as the main character, right? You swapped him
Yes.
with Freaking back.
And we should be closing in on the end of this particular battle in just a moment. We should be able to get an assassination off here and be able to, no, almost, very close. See if we can get it in.
Was dead. Yeah, it's pretty much dead. Nice 4 versus 1. And so stay tuned until
There
the
it
end,
is.
guys, because we're gonna do one extra giveaway at the end of the stream.
Yes,
which
we
is
have the
very
collector's
soon.
editions to give away. And there's
Yeah,
our
the
mission
collector's
cleared.
edition. Nice one, Lynn. Well done.
And
So
as
here
can
you go.
see,
I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the sub-characters get a little
Exactly.
less experience, but you can still level everyone up together. And I'm going to go ahead and skip these cutscenes because there is a lot of cool lore there, and I would like these little bits to be fresh for people who are interested in playing these games. So feel free to take a look at the demo if you'd like to. It's available right now. And the game is available right now as well. So if you like the demo, feel free to take your save from the demo into the main game. So you can try out the demo, try out the first chapter of the game, and then take your save from the demo and import it into the main game in and of itself. So we are free and clear of
Yay, well done.
of that very difficult chapter. Again, very difficult chapter. So yeah, trying to keep things spoiler free for everybody. This game is very fun. I've been playing it a bunch. I like it quite a bit. And we're going to be doing a final giveaway.
Yes.
Let's actually begin the final giveaway. Let's actually open that up. And if people have questions or comments as we go into this final giveaway, again, #sweepstakes will enter you in for a chance to win one of 2 collector's editions. We have 2 to give away. So go ahead, #sweepstakes. Yep, there it goes. There everybody goes. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. So go
There was
ahead,
a question from-
#sweepstakes. Go ahead. Your question?
There was a question from let me scroll back up. Vidal Sports. How many characters are there to recruit? I don't want to say something wrong. I can't remember if it's 16 or 17. I think it's 16. But yeah, it's quite a few.
There is definitely quite a few characters. And again, you can replay missions to grind characters' levels up and to be able to like balance out your party members. If you get somebody and they're a little bit lower in level and you want to boost them up, you can always replay older missions with those characters to boost them up a little bit, and that way you can even your party out. I generally like having a very even party, so I tend to meticulously grind with my characters to make sure that I have the best of all worlds and be able to swap in and out as best as I possibly can. I do like the archer class quite a bit. I really do. It's very fun to see all the different skills. And this I love. This very detailed little world map that you can kind of see and explore, and these pillars for each of these quests. I love how detailed everything is. And I'm gonna go ahead and teleport over here so we can go and take a look at those, take a quick conversation with those characters, because I believe they have something for me. And
yeah, and in the meantime, yeah, the sweepstakes is open to all right now.
Yes.
Regardless of NA or EU, so go ahead. It's for both NA and EU.
Certainly. You mentioned that there were.
Seeing so many #sweepstakes. Yes, #sweepstakes. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And again, rules is !rules to learn more about the actual giveaway itself.
Yeah, and it's to win a collector's edition of the game.
Yes.
So pretty rare and premium.
It is
so,
definitely,
really don't want to
definitely
miss
premium. That board game is something to be sought after for sure. I really do like the way the board game is built and set up. All right, we're going to give it another minute or two.
Well, what a charming greeting.
Sweepstakes is open
And
for
I've
all.
been using
Feel
a lot
free
of
to
necromancy
type in
lately.
hashtag sweepstakes.
No, it's not
So
bad.
go ahead,
Oh, I know what it is.
hit that hashtag sweepstakes. We're going to give it another minute or two.
Nice notes, rather.
Unbelievable.
Don't
And
be
then we're going
ridiculous,
to,
I've done no such thing.
You must know.
Oh, so you're...
Of course.
So
I
if you want
am.
to see the rules, it's
Very
exclamation
seriously
mark
confident,
rules.
As always. Mine.
You're one to talk.
Perhaps we are.
Sorry, I
birds
didn't
of
have the
a
chance to
feather.
see who was asking.
All right. Going to give it just another moment.
Oh, never?
Just another
Can I
moment.
enter? Can I enter?
Can you enter? No. Unfortunately, no, you can't enter.
I wish.
I'll show
want
off,
disconnected
while we're
edition,
doing
it's
that,
great.
I'm going to go ahead and show off a bit more of these skill trees. There's so much
Yeah.
abilities and so much
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, you can unlock them, and then you have to level them up if you want to
Yes.
unlock their sort of true potential. You know, luckily you earn quite a lot of skill points, right? SP in battle.
Yes.
So it's you get enough, but yeah. If you don't, bit of a shameless plug, but if you don't follow DioField Chronicle on online, please do. On Twitter, on Instagram, we're going to post, quite a few bits and bobs about the game in the upcoming weeks as well. Talking about the skill tree, talking about the Magilumi orbs, weapon development, and all that. So, join the discussions. We'll be happy to chat online.
All right, we're going to go ahead and close out the sweepstakes now, and we're going to start doing our drawing in just a moment.
Yes.
And it looks like we're closed. So let's go ahead and draw our winners. We've got two winners, just two. So our first winner is
I'm doing the drum rolls.
Master Four Eyes. Congratulations, you have just won a collector's edition of the DioField Chronicle. Again, keep your Twitch DMs open. You'll be getting a message from the Square Enix account later on today so that we can get it to you. And all right, one more. Our final one. Akuchiro, congratulations. You are our final winner of the day. You walked away with a collector's edition of the DioField Chronicle. We'll be reaching out to all of our winners, both for the standard edition version of the game with the digital codes and these collector's edition later. So if you are one of our winners, please keep your Twitch DMs open so we can contact you later on today. So thank you so much for joining us, and this has been really fun. Thank you for joining me on this stream. This game is amazing. It is available now for everybody to play and purchase. If you'd like to try the demo is also available, and you can take your save data from the demo into the main game, which again is available today. So is there anything else you'd like to add, Clem, before we close things out a little bit?
No, just, thanks for having me. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, in the chat. And it was fun. And play the DioField Chronicle. It's a cool game.
It's very fun.
Follow us on Twitter. Try the demo. It's free. It's fun. Follow us on Twitter. And I look forward to, chat with you all anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And stay hydrated. Important.
So thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and follow us right here on Twitch. We'll be doing more streams like this regularly so that we can interact with you, show off all of our wonderful games. And again, the DioField Chronicle is available today.
Yes.
So let's actually play that trailer one more time. We actually have a stream tomorrow as well, just before we get too far away from it. We do have a stream tomorrow, which is a Pride-themed stream, so we hope you'll be able to join us tomorrow. We're going to be playing some Power Wash Simulator, so please come join us then. And thank you so much again for joining us, everybody. We're going to play that trailer for the DioField Chronicle one more time, but thank you so much for joining us. Again, follow us on all of our social medias for more information on more games, more streams, and more fun from Square Enix. Until next time, everybody, let's play that trailer, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The Kingdom of Ality.
We are to eradicate every last Imperial who comes ashore.
Come on, everyone!
This is our chance while they're all assembled. We should send our best and crush them. Their aim is to break our lines, but we will stand firm to the bitter end.